You've probably heard a lot about AI in education lately,
Ah.
and how it's going to change everything.
Yeah.
But today we're going to look at how Miami University is approaching this.
Okay.
And we got some really interesting insights from the Miami Student,
Oh.
their campus newspaper.
Cool.
So,
It's fascinating to see how Miami isn't just jumping on the AI bandwagon.
right.
They're carefully picking and, implementing AI tools
Okay.
like Google Gemini, Zoom AI Companion, and Webex AI Assistant, all while focusing on what the students and faculty actually need.
That makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
So they're not just...
It's all about being practical, not
Right.
just following trends.
Exactly.
And, one thing that stood out to me in the article
Yeah.
was how they discuss this potential generational divide
Okay.
and how students approach technology.
Interesting.
Younger students growing up with smartphones and simpler systems
Yeah.
might actually find AI pretty helpful
Right.
in navigating the more complex tech environment of a university.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Yeah.
Instead of being intimidated by,
Right.
all the different platforms and software,
Exactly.
AI could actually help level the playing field.
Yeah. I think it has the potential to bridge that gap,
Yeah.
making technology more accessible and, intuitive for everyone.
Yeah.
But it also raises some questions,
Sure.
about what digital skills students will really need to develop in the future.
Okay.
Will they still need to learn those core skills
Right.
if AI is handling some of that heavy lifting?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
And speaking of AI handling things,
Yeah.
the article also talked about how Zoom and Webex now have these AI assistants
Right.
that can do things like provide meeting summaries,
Wow.
highlight action items.
Imagine you go to a 2-hour lecture
Oh my God.
and then you have this AI that just distills it down to the key takeaways.
Yeah,
That would be amazing for reviewing and studying.
absolutely. I could see that being incredibly helpful for students juggling.
Multiple classes and responsibilities.
Absolutely.
Have you ever used anything like that in your own work?
Yeah, all the time.
Really?
Anything to cut through the noise and, stay organized is a win for me.
Yeah.
Big time.
So to bring in like a student perspective,
Yeah.
the article features Spencer McCrae,
Okay.
who's a computer science major, and he uses AI for coding.
It's interesting.
He had a really interesting take on it.
Yeah.
While he embraces AI for coding,
Okay.
some of his professors actually restrict using it
Huh.
to ensure students are building those fundamental coding skills.
Oh, that's tough.
It makes you wonder what the right balance is.
Yeah.
On one hand, AI is becoming increasingly common in the workplace,
Right.
so students need to be familiar with it.
For sure.
But on the other hand, those core skills are still so essential.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
There are no easy answers.
Right.
We want students to be prepared for the future.
Yeah.
But we don't want to shortcut the development of, essential skills.
Right.
This kind of goes back to what Brian Hinebry said in the article about how using AI might become as common as just Googling something.
It's true. We don't even think twice about Googling something these days.
Exact.
And he actually practices what he preaches.
Oh, really?
He uses AI for things like drafting emails and brainstorming.
So he's not just talking about it, he's actually using it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's all brought to you by Andres Vieira and Raul Diaz from Miami Real Group.
And we'll hear more from them later.
Nice.
But first, have you ever thought about how you might use AI in your own life? It's a question we all need to be considering as this technology just becomes more and more integrated into our lives.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it really is like we're on the verge of a major shift.
Right.
And AI is at the center of it all.
Yeah, it's a little overwhelming to think about,
Yeah.
but also incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
It reminds me of what Brian Henry said
Yeah.
about how AI could become as commonplace as using Google. We don't even think twice about Googling something these days.
Exactly.
And if we follow that logic,
Yeah.
it raises some interesting questions.
Like what?
Like, what happens when I'll just chat GPT, it becomes the norm?
Right.
How will that change the way we learn, work, and even think?
Those are big questions.
Yeah.
For sure.
If we're relying on AI to do more and more of our thinking for us,
Yeah.
could we potentially lose some of our critical thinking skills?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
It's something that educators, policymakers, and all of us really need to be thinking about.
Yeah.
AI is here to stay.
It is.
So the question is, how do we harness its power
Right.
while also preserving those uniquely human qualities like
Yeah.
creativity, critical thinking, and the ability to connect with each other
Yeah.
on a deeper level?
It seems like Miami University is trying to find that balance.
Yeah, they're being very intentional about how they're integrating AI,
Yeah.
focusing on specific needs, providing training and support, and having open conversations about the ethical implications.
So it seems like they're acknowledging that this is an ongoing process.
Right.
And there's no one-size-fits-all solution.
Exactly.
It'll require constant evaluation, adaptation,
Yeah.
and a willingness to learn and evolve
Yeah,
as the technology itself evolves.
for sure.
So what are some of the potential benefits you see for AI in learning?
Well, for one, AI can personalize the learning experience.
Okay.
Imagine a world where every student has access to a virtual tutor
Oh, wow.
that can adapt to their individual needs and learning style.
That could be a game changer.
Yeah, for students who struggle in a traditional classroom setting,
Yeah.
that would be incredible.
It could also be a powerful tool for students with disabilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There are already AI tools that can convert text to speech,
Oh, wow.
provide real-time captioning, and generate alternative formats for learning materials.
So this can make education more accessible and inclusive for everyone.
Exactly.
Those are some really powerful examples.
Yeah.
But of course, there are also concerns.
Right.
What are some of the potential downsides we need to be aware of?
One of the biggest concerns is the potential for cheating.
Oh, yeah.
If students can just use AI to write their essays or do their homework,
Right.
how do we ensure academic integrity?
Right. And it's not just about catching cheaters.
Right.
It's about helping students understand the importance of original thought
Exactly.
and developing their own voices.
Absolutely.
We need to find ways to assess learning that go beyond
Right.
what AI can easily replicate.
Yeah. If AI can do the things we've traditionally tested for,
Right.
maybe we need to find new ways to measure understanding,
Okay.
critical thinking, and creativity.
So we need to shift the focus away from rote memorization
Yes.
and
Yeah.
towards higher order thinking skills, skills that AI can't replicate.
Right. It's not about pitting humans against machines,
Yeah.
but finding ways to work together
Okay.
and leverage the strengths of both to create a better future.
It's a challenging but exciting time to be alive.
For sure.
And speaking of exciting,
Yeah.
I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, Andres Vieira and Raul Diaz from Miami Real Group.
They're the experts when it comes to navigating the Miami real estate market.
So if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest,
Yeah.
be sure to reach out to them. Miami University is being really proactive, trying to stay ahead of the curve here.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is they're not just focused on the technology itself.
Right.
They're thinking about the bigger picture, like
Right.
how this is going to affect students, faculty, and the whole future of education.
It's like they realize AI isn't just a tool.
Right.
It's going to completely reshape how we learn and teach.
Exactly. And that needs a much deeper level of thinking
Right.
than just, buying the newest gadget or software.
So if AI is going to be this transformative force in education,
Yeah.
what are some key things that universities and educators should be thinking about right now?
Well, one big thing is going to be rethinking the curriculum and how we assess students.
Right.
Because as AI gets more and more advanced,
Yeah.
it'll be able to do a lot of the things we've traditionally used to test students.
So testing for memorization or just spitting back facts won't be enough anymore?
Exactly. We have to find new ways to test those higher order thinking skills,
Okay.
like critical thinking, problem solving, creativity,
Right.
and being able to take information from different places and put it all together.
It sounds like we need to move away from standardized testing
Yeah.
and move towards more personalized and project-based assessments
Right.
where students can actually show their understanding in a more meaningful way.
That's a great point. And it's not even just about assessment.
Okay.
It's about the whole learning experience. We
Yeah.
have to make environments where students feel comfortable experimenting,
Right.
working together, and coming up with new ideas.
So we need to shift from passive learning to active learning and asking questions.
Absolutely. And that's where AI can actually help.
Oh,
By taking over some of those boring, repetitive tasks.
right.
AI can free up teachers so they can focus on mentoring students,
Yeah.
leading discussions, and giving individual support.
So AI could actually become like a partner in learning instead of replacing teachers altogether.
Exactly. I think that's a great way to put it.
And it shows how important it is to approach AI as a team.
Yeah.
Everyone's responsible.
It sounds like we're the start of something big in education.
Yeah.
And it's going to take all of us to make sure it benefits everyone.
Right. Educators, students, parents, policymakers.
Exactly. We all have to work together.
This has been a fascinating conversation.
It really has.
And speaking of proactive approaches,
Yeah.
I want to thank our sponsors, Andres Vieira and Raul Diaz from Miami Real Group.
Yeah, they're always on top of things in the Miami real estate market.
So if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in Miami, definitely reach out to them.
They'll take good care of you.
It's been great exploring AI and education with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
This is a topic that will definitely keep changing.
For sure.
So be sure to tune in for more of these conversations in the future.